Welcome to the Registry Verified Conference Overview tutorial. We are excited that you are interested in having your conference become a Gateway's Registry Verified Conference. Please take a moment to review the following slides. They will provide you with important information regarding the Registry Verified Conference process. There are many benefits for hosting a Registry Verified Conference. You may choose to have your conference request for proposal available on the Gateway's website to the public as well as registry trainers. Your conference may be listed on the Gateway's statewide training calendar. External registration links may also be used so participants can click directly from the calendar to register for your conference. For participants, the benefit of attending a Registry Verified Conference is all sessions they attend will appear in Section 4 of their Gateway's Professional Development Record. In addition, because all data entry is currently handled by INCRA staff, there is essentially no work to be done on the participants' end. For conference planners, applying for a Registry Verified Conference is a huge help because all trainings are collectively submitted and verified as opposed to submitting registry-approved applications for each individual training. Based on the needs of your conference, registry staff may be available on-site. This allows registry staff to answer questions and provide support. Many times, participants need to know if their registry membership has expired or what their registry membership ID is. This can all be answered by registry representatives. Having registry staff on site is subject to funding and staff availability. The first step to hosting a Registry Verified Conference is to complete and submit the Registry Verified Conference scheduling form. Completion of this form allows INCRA to become familiar with your conference and is key in providing you with the resources necessary for a successful Registry Verified Conference. In addition, the information entered from this form, including title, dates, location, fees, and registration link, can be available on the Gateway's statewide training calendar. For best results, please have the conference scheduling form submitted at least 2 months prior to the date of your conference. The first section of the scheduling form asks for basic information, including agency name, agency ID if known, contact person, email address, city, state, zip code, phone number, and fax number. This information will enable us to reach the conference contact person if we have any questions about the scheduling form or conference in general. Section 2 asks for specific conference details, including the conference title, dates, times, location. Please be sure that all information is accurate, especially the total conference contact hours, excluding breaks and meals, before submitting to Gateways. Please also be sure to write legibly and thoughtfully, paying special attention to the conference description. When completing Section 2, please keep in mind that all sessions must be a minimum of 1 hour in length. Contact hours may only apply to actual training or sharing of content. Transition times between sessions may not be included. Contact hours may not include breaks or meals. The only exceptions are presentations taking place during meals, which may include a keynote or panel presentation and is a minimum of 1 hour in length. These presentations must take into account time needed for participants to receive their meals. For example, your conference opens with a breakfast keynote from 8:00 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. The keynote address begins at 8:30 a.m. and is 1 hour in length, so participants will receive 1 hour of credit. The overall conference time should include morning registration and the welcome portion of the conference, although attendees will only receive registry credit for sessions and keynotes attended. The conference hours listed will be the same hours that appear on the statewide training calendar. Section 3 asks you to submit your request for proposal process. Information submitted should include title of session, description of session, time and sequence of agenda, learning objectives, assessment of learning objectives. This could include small, large group discussions, pre- and post quizzes, anything that ensures participants are internalizing and applying the information. Instructional methods. These could include PowerPoint presentations, handouts, discussions, videos, articles, hands-on activities. A checklist has been included to assist with documents needed. We do not need to see individual information for each presenter or training session at this time. We only need to know that you require this information on your request for proposal. An outline of your process and/or a copy of the RFP you send to presenters is sufficient. Section 4 asks for the applicant's name, signature, and date, and is the last section of the scheduling form. You may mail or scan and email the completed scheduling form to Gateways. Please keep in mind that your conference will be processed and entered into our system once all information has been reviewed and confirmed. In general, this process may take approximately 5 business days after the scheduling form is received, but could take longer depending on the information or documents requested by our staff. After your conference scheduling form has been approved, we will ask you to fill out this spreadsheet with the presenters' names, addresses, session titles, session times, and approximate number of attendees for each session, which will indicate the number of labels requested. If your presenter is a member of the registry, you may use their membership ID in lieu of their name and address. Please return this spreadsheet to us no later than 1 month prior to the conference, as it can take as many as 10 business days to enter the sessions into our system once we have all the necessary information. Please also consider that, depending on the conference, we need enough time to create and send session labels after the sessions have been entered. Please follow these best practices when completing the session spreadsheet information. Session IDs will be entered by INCRA staff and should be left blank. Complete session titles. Presenter addresses will not be publicly shared, but we must have that information for data entry. Duration should equal the total number of contact hours, excluding breaks. Please indicate any breaks during each session. And request as many labels as you need. Labels are provided in increments of 30. Let's take a moment to talk about vendors and networking. Many conferences offer opportunities for attendees to network with vendors and other conference participants. While these opportunities are valuable and contain professional content, unfortunately, lunches, excluding keynote lunches, networking receptions, and vendor visits do not meet the qualifications for registry credit. Registry credit is for training opportunities with measured objectives and assessments of those objectives. Many conferences, including our own, offer professional and valuable networking opportunities, but registry credit is not assigned. There are a variety of options to ensure your conference participants receive the credit necessary for their professional development goals. Once you have completed the Registry Verified Conference scheduling form, a registry staff member will contact you to go over the options in more detail. You will also be supplied with appropriate advertising to share with your attendees so they are prepared for your conference. The next few slides will review the options available. We're going to talk a little bit about our first option. Option A is on-site scanning conference certificates. With this option, registry staff is on-site at the conference and will require a vendor booth with access to an electrical outlet and Wi-Fi. Registry staff will be able to help participants access the registry ID and answer questions regarding Gateway's programs, including the registry, credentials, and Accelerate Illinois. The conference planner will receive labels prior to the conference for use in each session offered. Participants will put the label on the sessions they attend. Typically, during the last session, certificates are collected and brought to the registry booth by conference staff. Registry staff will scan all certificates and return them to the conference staff to distribute to the participants. Participants who do not attend the full conference are instructed to bring their certificate to the registry booth to be scanned at the end of the last session they attend. On the screen, you will see an example of a Registry Verified Conference certificate and a session label. Certificates may be customized based on total number of session options at your conference. If you select option A, we require you to place this ad in your conference brochure or program and/or your marketing materials. Please request the exact dimensions you need, as well as whether you would like a color or black and white ad. This ad is also available in Spanish. Let's move on to option B. This is the Conference Session Information Form. It is the most used option for Gateway's Registry Verified Conferences. This option is often used for conferences with less than 200 people in attendance. With this option, registry staff is not on site at the conference. The conference planner will receive labels prior to the conference for use in each session offered. Participants will put the label on the session they attend, and at the end of the conference, the form will be collected and returned to INCRA for data entry within 5 days following the conference. It is important to let your participants know that this is not their certificate of completion of the conference. This is the form used to ensure that the sessions they attend are entered into their Gateway's professional development record. It is the responsibility of the conference staff to supply a separate certificate of participation. On the screen, you will see an example of the conference session information form and the label used. Forms can be customized based on the total number of session options at your conference. Since registry staff will not be attending and therefore are not available at a booth to answer questions, this ad better describes the small conference process. If you select option B, we require that this ad be placed in your conference brochure or program or marketing materials. Please request the exact dimensions you need, as well as whether you would like it in color or black and white. This ad is also available in Spanish. It is important for participants to understand that the session labels need to go on the conference session information form and not the certificate if one is provided. They also need to understand that the forms will be collected and sent to Gateways, and therefore they will not be returned. Our last option is option C, Quick Response QR Codes. This option is the newest option available for conference planners. This option should only be selected if your conference location has strong Wi-Fi coverage. With this option, registry staff will be on site at the conference and a vendor booth and Wi-Fi is required. In addition to providing technical assistance with the app, registry staff will be able to help participants access their registry ID and answer any questions regarding Gateway's programs, including the registry, Gateway's credentials, and Accelerate Illinois. The conference planner will receive labels prior to the conference for use in each session offered. Participants will put the label on the sessions they attend and use the app to scan each session they attend. This will allow the conference and sessions they attend show up almost immediately on their Gateway's PDR. For this option, either the certificate or conference session information form may be used. The points on the screen are only highlights of the option. Registry staff will review the entire process with the conference planner prior to your decision. As with all technology, difficulties can and do occur. As a backup for data entry, registry staff will be on site to scan either the certificate or conference information form. The registry staff can supply you with information regarding the use of the QR code process. In addition, they will also have helpful flyers available on site. It is always best for participants to be prepared if you are choosing this option. The flyer, Use the Gateway's Registry app, is available in a small size PDF that can easily be emailed to conference attendees prior to the conference. It can also be included in conference packets. The flyer can also be sized to use in your conference brochure. Session labels are placed on the participants' certificates as they attend each session. We prefer to have the final session labels placed on the participants' certificates before or during the last session. With the help of volunteers coordinated by the conference sponsor, the certificates should be collected and brought to the registry table to be scanned. The certificates will then be returned to the participants at the end of the last session. You may choose to deliver the certificates back to each training room, or you may choose to gather all conference certificates and arrange them alphabetically on tables for attendees to pick up at their convenience. We prefer this process so that no one has to wait in line to get their certificate scanned. If someone needs to leave before the last session, they should come to the registry table and get their certificate individually scanned. Once we return from the conference, Gateways will enter attendees into our database so they may receive registry credit for each session they attended, based on the labels on their certificate or form. For registry members, the conference title and sessions they attend will appear in Section 4 of their professional development record. Before data entry takes place, we must receive your response to a follow-up survey that will be sent to you after the conference. We would like your feedback within 10 business days following the conference. Please note that it may take up to 30 business days after receiving the survey to reconcile attendance for the participants to be able to view the conference on their Gateway's professional development record. If attendees do not provide their address or registry member ID on the certificate to verify their identity, we will not be able to enter them into the conference session information, and they will not receive credit on their Gateway's professional development record. This is why it is crucial that all attendees include their address and registry member IDs if possible. For participants that don't receive credit, they do have the option of self-reporting their attendance at www.ilgateways.com. We recommend that self-reporters keep their certificates as proof of attendance. After every conference, we will send a follow-up email to gather feedback about the conference process and address any questions, comments, or concerns you may have. We will also attach a link to a survey that must be completed within 10 business days following the conference. We look forward to the opportunity to make future improvements and create a more effective, efficient process for everyone involved. Thank you for viewing this presentation. We hope that you now have a better understanding of the process for hosting a Registry Verified Conference. Registry staff for Registry Verified Conference is Melody Sherman. Her information is included on the screen. Please feel free to contact Melody at 866-697-8278, extension 240 if you have any questions. Thank you.